Well, here we are. 2021 is upon us. Finally. Wow, 2020, that was a year, wasn't it? Oh, there's so much that could be said about 2020. Uh, but the first thing I want to say is I want to offer a word of thanks. I want to offer a word of thanks to each person in our church at Front Street, because you have, through your contributions, whether have been contributions of time or your talent or your treasure, you have kept your church going. You have kept our church going. The staff, as wonderful as our staff is, and I want to thank them too for all of their contributions. Each one of them has taken their talents and done what they need to do to help keep us going over this really odd year. But there's only about 15 of us, and we can't keep it all going. But it takes everybody. It takes everybody. You started out the year calling each other and checking on each other, and did that throughout the year. You took food and flowers and sent cards and checked on one another and checked on your neighbors and made sure that they were okay. Some of you went out and grocery shopped for people who couldn't get out and shouldn't get out. We have some folks, who are in the choir or in the praise band, who spent time every week, and you have no idea how much time it takes to create these recordings that we use in the online worship. It does take a lot of time and effort, and for those people, we are truly grateful. All the choir folks and our music leaders and the folks in the praise band for Aldersgate. We have folks who like John Moran and Stephen Gable and others who help put the service together every week, and it takes a lot of time and effort. So many people have done so many things to help keep this church going, and so I know I can't remember everybody, but just know that you are in my heart and in the heart of everybody else in this church as we say thank you to one another. 2020 was, as we all agree, was an interesting year, and we've had fun complaining about it. But I posted something on my personal Facebook page, and I'll lift it up here as well. And I would love to hear from you, whether you want to text me or send me an email or whatever. But, there's something about hard times that are good for us. I'm not saying we enjoy them, but if you think about it and if you're truthful about your own life, you find that you grow stronger, you learn more, your character gets developed more. We get more out of difficult times and difficult circumstances than we do out of times when things are just going along swimmingly, just easy. And so I would love to hear from you. What things have you learned this year? How have you grown this year? We tend to grow more through difficult times. What are some insights that you've had? Even something as simple as, I had taken hugs for granted. I had taken going to church for granted. I had taken being able to sit down and have a meal with a friend in my home or in a restaurant for granted. I've found that I can withstand a lot more than I thought I could. I found that I could compromise more than I thought I could for the benefit of other people. There's all kinds of things that you may have found that you have places where you've grown places where you've grown stronger, places where you've had insights that you may not have normally had during a normal year. Share those with me, if you will. You can go to the church website and find my email address. It's ross@frontstreetumc.org. Love to hear from you. But every year at this time, I find some way to share this following thing. I think I shared it in the newsletter last January, but it's a New Year blessing that I used to hear my Mama Tip, my grandmother, say. She would recite it every New Year. And for years and years and years and years, I thought it was something that she came up with. But I finally did a little research and found that it is a poem, a short poem written by Mary Louise Haskins, and it was recited by King George VI on Christmas, first on Christmas 1939, King George VI. So she would have been alive at that time. She died at the age of 101, and she probably heard King George VI recite this for the first time, and I would imagine she loved it and learned it herself. But I call it Mama Tip's blessing for the new year. In other words, the proper title is called The Gate of the Year. And here it is. And it is now my blessing for you for this new year of 2021. I'm going to read it to you because I haven't memorized it yet. I said to the person who stood at the gate of the year, "Give me a light that I may tread safely into the unknown." And he replied, "Go out into the darkness and put your hand into the hand of God. That shall be to you better than any light and any known way." So I went forth, and I put my hand into the hand of God and trod safely into the night. I offer those words to you as my blessing to you for 2021. And in the face of any uncertainty that may threaten to consume your heart, may you always know that the safest and wisest position to be in is with your hand firmly within the hand of God. Let's all have a great 2021. Amen. Amen. Bye.